just watched this in cinemas. There are going to be major spoilers in this one, and I don't think I've ever felt more 50-50 about a movie before, especially a comic book movie. And what I mean by that is, do I rank this purely on the type of movie it is, or on the fan service that this purely greatly delivered on? Oh, and before we get ahead with the review, number one, the death of Eddie Brock slash Venom. Now, look, I don't really think they're gonna kill off the main character in a movie, although they have the tendency to do this in third superhero movies. Yeah, I already said there were major spoilers in this one. Unfortunately, it came true. These are the kind of predictions I hate. And with that said, unfortunately, let's get into it. So, Venom 3, or Venom the Last Dance, delivers on the conclusion of the Eddie Brock and Venom story, concluding with a villain called Null, who doesn't even appear in the movie for more than a total of at least just 2 minutes. I went into this expecting Null to appear as the main villain. However, he just stays in this little chamber where he's held captive, or that's what we're made to believe, and never appears on Earth face to face or confronting Venom or any symbiotes for that matter. So that majorly drags this movie down for me. I'm sorry to start out with a negative, but there's also a lot of good positives in this one when you look at it from not only a movie perspective, but as a comic book fan. And oh man, the fan service was awesome in this one. However, despite a very noticeable negative, there is a big positive coming out of this, and that is the fact that I did not expect that many symbiotes to show up. Now, when I first heard Null was going to be the villain, I probably expected maybe two, maybe three at best symbiotes to show up. I don't know all symbiotes. I'm not going to go off comic book lore and act like I have the biggest knowledge. There were a shit ton of symbiotes in this movie. I loved every single one of them. I even loved what I think are called the Xenophines, or the Xenophines, play on my name. They're not the Xenomorphs, those are alien. The Xenophines, I think that's what they're called. When I go rewatch this movie, I'll have the name in my head. But those were pretty solid villains. I do wish Null showed up on Earth. The fact that he didn't really drags it down, like I said. However, the end fight, just half an hour of pure action and mayhem, is enough to drag this movie up. So my main question is, with Venom being presumed dead, and Null being locked away in his chambers anyway, which, by the way, Null did say at the end, King in Black, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the tagline for Spider-Man 4, what will Spider-Man do without Venom being there? And what is Spider-Man going to do if Null gets released on his Earth? That is a massive question left in the air going forward. Overall, despite the fact the main advertised villain wasn't shown a lot, due to an incredible action set piece from beginning to end, great comedy between Eddie and Venom as usual, and not that many characters involved when you think about it. Online, the cast only consists of 7 people shown. The symbiote outbreak at the end is what drags this up. Originally, I was going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. However, due to the fan service during the final battle and all the symbiotes appearing, I give Venom the Last Dance a 9 out of 10. Honestly, the most surprising superhero movie I've seen this year. A great watch and a great end to a trilogy.